My name is Sarah, and the person who destroyed my life was my own mother, not a stranger, not an enemy, not someone who hated me. The woman who carried me for 9 months, the woman I trusted with every secret, the woman I believed would always protect me. She betrayed me in a way I never thought possible. What she did left me heartbroken and questioning everything I thought I knew about family. But the truth she tried so hard to hide eventually came out. And when it did, everything changed. Growing up, I always believed my mother loved me. We weren't rich. There were many nights when we struggled to put food on the table. Yet no matter how difficult life became, my mother always told me one thing: Sarah, education is your way out. Those words became my motivation. While other teenagers spent weekends having fun, I spent mine studying. I worked harder than anyone around me. Every exam, every assignment, every opportunity, I gave it everything I had. Eventually, all the sacrifices paid off. At 17, I received the news that changed my life forever. I had won a full university scholarship. I remember running home with tears in my eyes. I couldn't wait to tell my mother. When I handed her the letter, she hugged me tightly. For a moment, she looked proud, really proud. At least that's what I believed. What I didn't know was that from that very moment, she was already making plans, plans that would eventually destroy me. A few weeks later, the scholarship organization informed me that part of the funding would be deposited directly into my bank account. The money was meant to cover accommodation, books, transportation, and living expenses. For someone like me, it was everything. I opened my first bank account. Since I was still young, my mother insisted on helping me manage the finances. "Don't worry," she told me. "I'll make sure every penny is used wisely." I trusted her completely. Why wouldn't I? She was my mother. Months passed. Whenever I needed money for books, there never seemed to be enough. Whenever I needed transportation, there was always some excuse. Whenever I asked questions, my mother became defensive, then angry. The more I asked, the angrier she became. A small voice inside me started whispering that something wasn't right. I tried to ignore it. I wanted to believe my mother. One afternoon, I visited the bank by myself. I only wanted to verify a payment. Instead, I discovered a nightmare. The account wasn't empty. It wasn't low on funds. It had been completely drained. Every scholarship payment had already been withdrawn. I stared at the statement in disbelief, again and again and again. My hands trembled, my heart pounded. The withdrawals had been happening for months, and every single withdrawal was linked to one person: my mother. I felt sick. My own mother had stolen my scholarship money. When I got home, I confronted her. I expected shock, maybe guilt, maybe regret. Instead, she stared at me calmly. Then she said something I will never forget. "Family comes first." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. She admitted everything. She told me she had used the money to help my older brother start a business that was already failing. All my hard work, all my sacrifices, all the nights I stayed awake studying, gone, handed over to someone else without my permission. I looked at my brother. He couldn't even meet my eyes. The betrayal cut deeper than I could explain. What hurt most wasn't the money. It was knowing that neither of them thought they had done anything wrong. The following months were the hardest of my life. Without the scholarship funds, I struggled to survive at university. I couldn't pay for accommodation. I couldn't afford textbooks. Sometimes I skipped meals just to save enough money for transportation. Meanwhile, my brother continued trying to keep his business alive with the money that should have been mine. My mother acted as if everything was normal. Whenever relatives visited, she painted herself as the victim. She told everyone I was ungrateful, that I was selfish, that I cared more about money than family. People believed her. Friends stopped calling. Relatives stopped supporting me. I felt completely alone. Then something unexpected happened. One evening, my aunt called me. She had heard rumors about what happened. Unlike everyone else, she wanted to hear my side of the story. For the first time in months, someone listened, really listened. After hearing everything, she became suspicious. A few weeks later, she uncovered documents my mother had desperately tried to hide. Bank records, transfer receipts, financial statements, everything. The evidence was undeniable. My mother hadn't borrowed the money. She had systematically taken every scholarship payment for nearly a year. When the truth reached the rest of the family,